So this is Euro-Yen analysis for Friday the 13th of October. And we can see on these charts here, excellent technical trading, absolutely excellent. So I did mark in, if you've watched a few of my videos, or this might be your first video, I've got horizontal levels marked in. The ones which are most important to me and significant are marked out in red. Minor levels, weekly pivots are marked out in blue horizontal lines on the charts. I've also got a 250, 20 period and also a higher time frame moving average. They act as, for me, act as dynamic support and resistance. So what's actually happened in prices? Well, prices did continue all the way up to 33.45, which was a pivot from a couple of weeks ago now. And prices did reverse from there. Let's just see, yep, the 12th. So prices did reverse from 33.45, the horizontal pivot from a couple of weeks ago, and this was a weekly pivot. And so it's come all the way back down to the next pivot at 32.83. So again, if you were waiting around there for a possible taking profits or retracement or reversal, well done to you. Taking that level and trading all the way back down to the next level, where we did have the confluence of the high time frame moving average here marked out in black. It's difficult to see on the charts, but it's there in black. Let's see if I can click on it. Yep, just there in black. As can be seen there, black one, and also the 32.83 level. Now, that's what's happened in the markets. We have pushed up and come back down. Overall, on the pairs we've assessed so far, euro dollar, euro pound, we've seen bearishness on the euro. I did mention earlier that there was a Mario Draghi, I think it was a press conference, or I'm not sure it's a press conference, but it was news released in which he indicated a somewhat dovish stance. I didn't actually read the full article. It did seem a bit dovish. So I guess the markets have taken that as being euro negative and have subsequently sold the euro. Now, where do we expect prices to go? Prices do appear to be breaking down from 32.83. So if we're not able to hold that level as well as this high time frame moving average, I'm looking at the next level being this 200 period moving average, which was held over here on the 11th. Now, this 200 period moving average is currently sitting, is quite close actually. It's currently sitting at 32.55. So if we are not able to hold 32.55, if prices are not brought back up from that level for a retest and break of 32.83 to the upside, I'm expecting prices to go all the way down to 32.02. The next weekly pivot marked out here in blue. If we do break down from there, 31.70, where I expected price to go before continuing to the upside, I do expect that level, if we do break down from 32.02, to be the next level tested, beneath which we do have 30.60. We're unlikely to get down there today, Friday the 13th of October, but it is something we'll be looking at possibly next week. Now, if we do hold 32.83, which seems unlikely at the moment, but if we do hold 32.83 along with this higher time frame moving average in an area which we've got a bit of confluence, you'll be looking for a retest of 33.45, the weekly pivot where we've sold off from on Thursday the 12th, above which 34 for me in not too distant past, quite recently, has been a major level. So we're looking at some bearish momentum in and around there. We might get a couple of days of consolidation beneath 134 if we do get up there, before a possible break to the upside, or we could just reverse from there. This is a case of seeing how prices develop. Now, if the markets do interpret the Mario Draghi news as being bearish in a medium to long term for the euro, the prices are likely to continue to the downside. In light of the sell-off we've seen in other pairs, I do hold a slightly bearish stance on the euro against Japanese yen. So that pretty much concludes the analysis for the execution time frame. So let's just have a look at the higher time frames. Let's see where we are. Just get the scale on here correct and see where we are. So on a monthly chart, it's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious. You can see from here that we've had what is that? We've had 6 consecutive months. 6 consecutive months of bullish price action where prices have closed near their highs. The exception being possibly last month in September. But in previous months, we have closed near our highs. September, though, we did sell off a little bit, but we did use the 200 period moving average here on the monthly time frame down at 29.62. Prices did retrace slightly below it, all the way down to 29.37, but it did not hold beneath 29.37. We were subsequently bought back up with prices going up to test the 134 level. Currently this month in October, where are we? We have currently put in a doji at the moment, because this month actually opened at 32.83 and prices are currently at 32.78. So within 5 points of the monthly open. We've pushed up, sold off, we've pushed down, we've been bought back up. So we're currently currently forming a doji candle on the monthly time frame on the euro against the yen, and there doesn't appear to be much range at the moment for the euro against the yen. So possibly this Mario Draghi news could be the catalyst for a bit of a counter trend directional bias on the euro against the yen. Overall, on the monthly time frame, there is nothing to suggest one should be overly bearish. It just depends on the weighting of Mario Draghi's comments. So let's just have a look at the time frame beneath, which is a weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, what can we see here? Let's get the zoom correct. We've had our higher lows, we've had a few pullbacks, and we've had prices come up, bull flag, come up again to the 200 period moving average, bull flag again, broke to the upside to test at 134. We were putting in on this weekly time frame a bull flag, and based on the analysis on this weekly time frame, it could still possibly play out. So this week, let's see where price would have to go to invalidate a bullish close for the week. Prices would have to close beneath 32.02 for a bearish close for the week, and that would be 3 consecutive bearish candles, which are not good for the overall trend to the upside. But if we do hold this level, we'll be looking to see how next week develop, whether we do break down below 32.02, or if we do just simply retrace for a continuation of bullish momentum to the upside for the retest of 134, and beyond that 160. So let's just go down to the daily time frame and let's have a look at these charts. So on the daily time frame, it can be a bit messy on the euro yen. We can see, as you can see here, we've had long periods of consolidation before breaks to the upside. The charts look a lot cleaner on the higher time frames in terms of the bull flags, but on the daily time frame, we do seem to go through long periods of consolidation. Again, here we've seen we broke down in prices, came all the way down to was at 32.70. Hold on, it's below that, down to near 31.70. And we had a bit of consolidation. We started to break to the upside. A retest of 134 seemed increasingly likely, but we've got a candle on the daily time frame here, which I suppose it's, as some traders term them, engulfing twins, where you've had we've had a bullish candle closing near its high on the daily time frame, and the very next day, so that would have been Wednesday, and on Thursday the next candle opened near where the previous candle closed, and there wasn't much follow through. Subsequently sold back down. We haven't broken the lows of Wednesday, which currently sits at let's just get this correct. The lows of Wednesday currently sit at 32.45, but we do appear to be heading that way. Now, something to be aware of is we are actually down into the 20 period moving average, which may act to support. And again, I say may in a cautious sense. And let's just see where that is currently. And that 20 period moving average is currently sitting at 32.81, and we are currently sitting at 32.78. So that 20 period moving average pretty much lines up with the weekly, well, the weekly pivot from a couple of weeks ago, and the monthly pivot at 32.83. So the 20 period moving average at 32.81 and the monthly pivot at 32.83 pretty much line up. So we just have to be aware of that, especially when especially when taking a short bias trade. So it would be correct to wait for see our price develop from 32.83. If we're not able to hold it, we do test it from underneath and we start to break down again. That should add to a trader's confidence in expecting prices to retrace even further. So that should wrap it up for Euro Yen. Before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.